Hello, my name is Julie, and this is my channel, Stitching with Julie. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a minute, or maybe 3 months, since my last video was posted. I have been very busy. So the last video I sent, I actually filmed it on January 15th, but I didn't upload it till January 31st. And I was down in Mexico. We had our son and his family down, and we had a great time with them. And then I filmed another video down there, and then I decided I wanted to change things up, like only use part of it and not the rest. And then I was trying to divide it, but I only had my phone down there and not like a laptop. And so then I thought, forget it. And then once I came home, like we flew home in February, and it was a winter storm warning for us to return back to where we live in Utah, just south of Salt Lake City. And this year, if you guys have watched the news, we are record snow, like record. One of our ski resorts, Alta, has broken its record. It's over 900 inches of snow. So it's just amazing. There is flooding already starting right now in some areas. And I actually expect it to become worse flooding, because we're finally starting to get warm. Like today, the high is going to be 82, and it's going to warm things up, and we're going to get runoff, and it's going to be intense. So I have so much to show you. So at the beginning, I have the video titled 29 finishes, and that is true. Some of them I have fully finished, and some I do not. And but I'm really excited, and I'm also going to go over Maynia Plans at the end. So getting started, first thing I wanted to share was what a week is like for me. I like to be structured. I like to have a plan. I'm spontaneous too, but I really like to kind of know what I'm working on and kind of know what to count on and expect. So I try to have a whip that is like something I'm focusing on daily. So there's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of groups. There's the daily 30, like 30 minutes a day. There's one called One Strand a Night. There's different ones and different hashtags, but the basic idea is you either spend, there's another one called 25/7. And so you can either get 25 stitches in, 7 days a week, or some people do 25 minutes. Basically that piece, whatever that category, that in my mind, that's the same thing. I'm trying to get probably 30 minutes on it each day. So while I was down in Mexico, I started doing this, and I kind of knew this is how I wanted my year to go. I wanted to have something that's a daily piece. And while I was in Mexico and I had extra time, sometimes I had 2 or 3 daily pieces. On top of a day, I have something assigned to each day of the week that I'm trying to focus on. So sometimes I'd work on 4 things a day, because I had 3 daily 30s, and then I had my day of the week piece. So I'm going to go over that really quick with you guys. And as I go through it, I'm going to show you finishes of things I've gotten done. Now, I'll also explain really fast. So when I came home, we thought, okay, we're going to get carpet. Need to get carpet in my 2 sewing rooms. And we were going to do carpet squares, because I have a long arm in one room, and there's no way to get carpet under this 700-pound machine. So we thought we could do carpet tiles, and just phone tag back and forth. Finally, we got them on the phone, got on their schedule. They came and measured, gave us the bid, and now we decided we're going to do something different. We're going to do carpet instead. And so that is currently being ordered. It's actually been ordered, and we're waiting to get an installation date. So I've moved a lot of stuff out of my 2 sewing rooms into a spare bedroom. Actually, it's a bedroom that's part of the apartment downstairs. And I've moved stuff into there. And so stuff is very chaotic. So all my finishing stuff, like where my glue guns are, my sticky board, everything is in major piles, and it's a mess. So I haven't been able to finish things like that. If it requires sewing with my machine, I can finish that. That's easy. That's easy for me. So that's the only finishes I'm going to show you as far as fully finished are things that were sewn because that was easy for me. Okay, so starting off, I do have a different day. Every day I focus on something different, and you guys have probably heard things. There's a lot of hashtags and a lot of sales out there where people do things on Tuesdays, or they do something specific on Thursdays, or a Sunday stitch. I mean, people have different things. For me, I just picked some, and a lot of them are taken from what Priscilla and Chelsea used to do. I don't know if they do it so much now because they're always on deadline for so many things. They come out with so much stuff every week. But they used to do like Santa Sundays or Merry Mondays. They didn't do anything on Tuesday. Then Wednesday was Witchy Wednesday. They had nothing on Thursdays. Friday was Fall Fridays, and Saturdays was Stars and Stripes Saturdays. So I do all of those. Except I did fill in Tuesday and Thursday. So on Tuesdays, I try to work on spring things, summer things. And on Thursdays, I try to work on my sales, any sale that I'm in. And I'm in so many, and I'm behind on many, so I can work on it whenever. So, so I'm going to start you off right at the beginning of the year. Now, this first thing I'm going to show you was my very first daily piece. And I took this down to Mexico with me, and I actually showed this in my last video. I'm just going to show it again now. I took this with me, and I took everything I could, that like monthly things that I had gotten in the mail before I left. If I hadn't gotten it in the mail then, or picked it up at the shop, I could not work on it down there. So, and because I wasn't decorating at home in the month of January or February, because we got home after Valentine's Day. So since I wasn't decorating for it, I haven't been in a rush to finish. Plus, I don't have any of my stuff. So the very first thing I did, which was a daily piece, is the January month to month by Priscilla and Chelsea, and my little one's upside down there. So I had shown this in the last video real quick, but I just wanted to show you again now. So this was my first finish of the year. And so working on this daily, sometimes daily can be 100 stitches, 300, 500. On some of these pieces, because I can go fast, and sometimes if I've gotten my day of the week piece done and anything else done that I was working on, in the evenings when I am like tired and just sitting and doing nothing, sometimes I get more work on my daily piece. And so I've had days where I've got 1,000 stitches on one of these in a day. And that was something I was going to tell you guys. I was really amazed. I don't have the numbers. I think in January, I was like 13,000 stitches in the month of January. In February, I think was 15,000. I do know March, I was just a few shy of 29,000 stitches in 1 month. So, and then today's May 1st, so I haven't added up the last week, so I don't have my numbers for April yet. I'll have to share that in the next video. I just like to keep track of numbers. I like to see what I can get done. It's just something I like. It's not for comparison for anyone else. I don't divide it between full coverage and non-full coverage. I just count my stitches. That's just me. So anyway, this was my first finish. January month to month from Priscilla and Chelsea. And that was fun to have a finish down there so quick. Another one, and I showed this when I was down in Mexico, that it was a daily piece, and I was working on it, and I was surprised. Sometimes my daily pieces are 1 or 2 threads. They're not, it doesn't have to be a ton. So I showed you a photocopy of it because that's what I took down there. I was trying to pack light, didn't want to carry an entire magazine, but I was working on this Give Thanks. So in my last video, I have been talking about Bringo. I was doing a bunch of challenges for Bringo, and a lot of them I had chosen out of magazines, digital or physical magazines I had. So it was nice to touch a bunch of things, to start a bunch of things. I started a bunch for Bringo, and I've started probably a dozen since I've been home. I'm not going to show you any of my new starts of the year, maybe just a few, or the things I'm planning on focusing on. So I do try to do new starts for all birthdays, holidays, you know, things like that. So this was a daily piece and I finished it. So this was my second finish of the year. And they have it in a frame, and I think I have a frame that'll match perfectly. And if not, I'm totally fine to put this in a pillow. But I was really excited to get this done. So that was my second finish of the year. And then my third finish of the year, which I got this done in Mexico. Like I said, I got home after Valentine's Day. I could have still put it up because it was still February, but I honestly was moving things. So here's February month to month. Oh, I just love it. Priscilla and Chelsea do such a great job with all their creations. And I mean, guys, these stitches, to do both pieces, it's like 3,500 stitches. So, but this was, again, the next daily piece. I was kind of working all three of those while I was down there. So this was the third daily piece and I finished it. So then after that, I picked, there is a shop near me called Pine Needles. And if you watch their YouTube channel, it's called Table Talk. And Sandra and all the girls who work there, they talk about quilting, they talk about cross stitch and several things. And one of the things they were doing as a salve, and I was able to get my fabric through them and all of my floss. They put it all together, so I have all my floss here. And that is to work on Big City Christmas. So I only had 2 patterns with me while I was down on my trip. So I was able to get the department store and the theater done. So here are those. I'm actually gonna, I have it on a roll. I'm actually gonna clamp it so it'll hold really quick while I hold this up. Okay, so sorry for all the wrinkles. So I did get the department store done. And then here is Santa. And up here, it was supposed to say S Avenue. And I thought, I'm just gonna make my sign a teeny bit bigger, and I put Santa instead. So there's Santa Street or whatever right above the Santa. The other thing I did for the department store in Santa, then in the theater, I did the theater, I made this sign just a teeny bit wider as best as I could. That still fit in the parameters of the actual pattern. And I put, instead of saying now playing, I put Nutcracker. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get it in close. The reason I did Nutcracker is I have a grandson who was just in Ballet West's Nutcracker. And I thought, oh, if I'm going to the theater, and especially if I'm watching a grandchild, I want to watch. I thought I'm going to do something that means something to me, especially at Christmas time, because Nutcracker, that's a very common thing to do at Christmas time. So by the time I came home, there were patterns waiting for me. So I had finished the department store in the theater. There I have the, let's see, it's like a little snow scene. There's a toy shop, and I actually can't read it without my glasses. Oh, a hotel. So I have 3 more I've picked up, but I've been working on other things, so I haven't worked on this. But I will be working on this because this is going to be part of my Maynia Plans. So I'll go over that when we get to that. So this became my next daily piece, and I did work on it every day, just sometimes 2 to 3 stands, whatever it needed to be to get it, just to focus on it. So after I finished the first 2 daily 30s, my next daily 30s was Big City Christmas, and I got done as much as I could while I was gone. And the other one I did is in my folio made by Rika, House of Stitch and Stash. I love this. I took this with me down there to Mexico. It was so easy and convenient. And the piece I have in here is a stitch along I was doing with Lori Holt. So this is Redbird Sampler, and I finished mine. And I know Lori finished hers. I was just on the phone with her the other night, and she was finishing it before she went to sleep. And mine's on 32 count. mine's a 32 count fabric flare nut. And we both use the Victoria Clayton silks, but she was doing hers on 36 count, and I'm not sure I can't remember which fabric hers was on, but I can't wait to see them side by side because hers is going to be significantly smaller than mine. So, but anyway, absolutely loved this. Oh, I love this. I never got sick of it. I wanted to work on it every single day. And so that was a fun thing to work on every day until I got it done. So that was my next daily 30 piece. And then, so now I'm going to get into what I'm stitching currently. And if I have any finishes for some of those days, I'll show them as I go. So the first thing I'm working on, so on Sundays, a lot of people have a Sunday stitch, and I also have one. And again, even if I just get 2 or 3 strands in, that's good for me. So my Sunday stitch is this one by My Big Toe, How Great Thou Art. And all 4 colors are Weeks Dye Works, and it even says in the pattern that if you use the DMC equivalent, you just would not get the richness that is displayed in this. And they are absolutely right. So when I started this year as my Sunday stitch, I barely had this top band done. So this is what I've gotten done in like 3.5 months of Sunday stitches. So now I'm going to repeat the same band across the bottom. So I don't know, maybe another month I'll have this done. My goal is to have it done within a month to 6 weeks. So this is How Great Thou Art. Oh, I just love it, and the colors are gorgeous. This one, let's see if I have, this is on a 32 count vintage smoky white Belfast linen. And I think I have another piece on this same fabric. I just love it. I just love it. So that is my Sunday stitch. And when I wake up in the morning, I come downstairs, I'm, a little groggy, but when I wake up, I'm up. My mind is awake. I can't stop for anything. And so, but I don't feel like I can just go gung-ho to what I need to get done in the day. So I usually will sit down and stitch until I eat my breakfast. And that's usually what I work on, is my daily, not my daily piece, but what my day of the week piece is. So on Sunday, that would be How Great Thou Art. I should take my glasses off, but honestly, guys, I have like 2 pages of notes and I really need to be able to read them. So for my Monday stitch, something I had started quite some time ago, I started it in 2019 as part of Mania back then. It was the year this pattern came out, so it was new to me. And at the time, I was blown away because I had seen Priscilla's Prairie Schooler Santa tree. So for my Merry Mondays, I wanted to work on this. This was like a priority for me. And I actually have finished it. So this is Prairie Schooler 2019 Santa. And honestly, I could have a day, a week assigned to these and just rotate through them because I want to get them all done. I have all of them. But I just haven't been able to get to that. I'm working on other things. Some of the ways I also like fill out, because I have a schedule. I mean, you guys, this is what tells you my analness that I have. I have a sheet that I fill out. Here's this week's. And then I fill it out for the next week. Every week I write down what's going on, because sometimes I have finished some of my day of the week pieces. And so I just, when I sit down, I'm like, what am I working on? And I look right to my left where I have this up on a board, and I look and I'm like, oh, I'm working on How Great Thou Art. Okay, so then I pull it out. So this was my Merry Monday piece. And I started this, or anything to do with Christmas really is what you can do on Mondays. And this was the first one that I started on and finished. So that was pretty awesome. It has now been replaced. So let me tell you how I determine the things that make it onto this list here is my WIPGO calls. Now, I have like 6 boards. 1 is quilting. So I have 5 boards for cross stitch. And I'd love to go all out and have blackout on everything. We'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty much going oldest coming forward. I'm trying to finish things that are on that list. So this was on the list for Prairie Schoolers, so I got that done. So that one's finished, and the piece that has replaced it for my Monday stitching is, this is a full coverage piece called the Toy Shop. It's a dimensions kit. And I started this, I'm not sure, a couple years ago. And my whip goal is 1,500 stitches. And I think right now, of progress, not from where I started the year. So this is where I'm at right now. And I've worked on this several times. I think I've been doing all of this, filling in the dark, and then I've done all this background. So I've actually completed this color completely. I think I'm 700 stitches in to my 1,500 stitches goal. So once I reach that goal, then I won't use this again. But I did put this on a board twice, and it got called. Since January, this was a January call, I got it called again. So I'll just probably keep working on it till I get those 1,500 stitches done. Then I'll probably be done with this for the year, maybe. But that's what I'm thinking. So, you know, I think this was one of the, I mean, I had done my Last Supper, but to purposely start a full coverage, I thought I better start small. This will be good. So, I mean, I've done some backstitch, but it's going to make a difference once I backstitch these letters. You'll really be able to see that what it says. It says something like toys, games, whatever. So that'll be fun to, okay. I set my needle down over here and I lost it. Okay, there it is. So I'll make sure I get it back into the bag. So that's my new Monday piece, and I'm working on that. So that'll be today. I have not worked on it yet today. I will work on it today. I just haven't yet because I was getting myself organized for this. So that's my Monday piece. And then for my Tuesdays, which I told you is kind of like spring, summer stuff, the first thing I worked on and I completed was the March Truckin' Along. So none of this was started. I just had some of the green and white done, so I had to do everything else. Like it was just started. It wasn't anywhere near a finish. So this is March's Truckin' Along in 2 pieces, and so I'm excited to get that finished, or that I got it finished. I want to get it up and framed and all that, you know, get it fully finished. So this is done. And then the next one I started for spring, and again, it's because it was on my whip go board, is the April Trucking Along. And when I started this, oh boy, I had nothing. I mean, I had one bunny and the white flowers across the bottom. So working on this on Tuesdays, I have gotten all the white finished on this main piece. And I've started the white on the sign. So this is the IL, and there's a crate down here. So I've just started that for that sign up here. But, so that's now my Tuesday piece, and it's fun working on that. I'm hoping I'll get that done not too long. And you know, and it's not bothering me to work on things that are past the season. It's not really bothering me actually, because it's just for the day. It's not a big deal. And then I'm seeing progress, so that helps me. So now as I get down to Wednesdays, my Wednesday project, which was on my whip go board for 5,000 stitches. Yeah, that's the only one I was really crazy about. I can't remember if it's on more than once. I think it's just once, but I really, really wanted to see progress on that. And that is the Stony Creek Halloween Afghan. And a lot of people don't like this picture because you can't really see the whole thing. You can see the colors, which is gorgeous. There's another mock-up picture here on the back. But of my 5,000 goal, I'm at 2,500 stitches on this one. So the last time I showed this, I was working on some of the black. Well, I got the black over to finish this page, and all I need to do is the head of this crow. There's a crow that's on both sides, and that actually finishes this page. And then I go into the next page, the 4th page, which will be the body of that crow. So, but this is fun to work on. Believe it or not, this is a 20 count. And I'll tell you, doing the 4 strands, you fly through the floss, but I feel like I'm also flying through. Like when I was working on this, I could see noticeable difference every time I worked on it. So really exciting to get the pumpkin finished. And I'm gonna get the head of the crow here, and then just keep going on to its body. And so maybe the next time you guys see this, I'll have a lot more done on it. I'm hoping anyway. So that's my Wednesday project. Now Thursdays, I have a couple it's the Thursdays is what I do for sals. I have a lot of sals I'm in. I think I showed you guys in Mexico, I was doing a Jane Eyre sal with the Stitching Book Club. And I haven't gotten much further than what you saw, just a little bit. So I wasn't gonna bother to show that to you because I haven't really super been focusing on it. What I have been focusing on for my Thursdays are 2 different sals. So one is by Cross Stitch Studios. It's a mystery sal, and the title of it is In the Garden. And when I showed this to you, I'd only done 3 colors. Now I've done way more, and I discovered there was probably 20 colors in here. So you can see there's some open spots in there. I think I have 7 or 8 more colors, but they're all like ninja stitches. I was doing this following a paper because I was down in Mexico. And anyway, since then I've got it figured out where I can do it like in Markup XP or whatever that's called. And what a difference for me finding, because as I was going through and marking everything back and forth, there were stitches that I've already done that color and I missed some. So it's kind of frustrating. So I've got to go back, but I'm really hoping to get this one finished. This page and the next page started this month for sure. In the month of May, I'm hoping to. So that's one sal I was working on. And then the other sal I've been working on, I have started it with a bunch of ladies. So last fall I was able to go to Stitch West, which is in Salt Lake City. Snug Harbor Crafts is the ones who put it on. And there's a whole group of ladies. They will start a project there and finish the last stitch there. And there was a whole group of them. And this is the one they're doing for this next year. So this is the Drawn Thread Sunnyside Sampler. I bought the entire kit, threads, everything from, sorry, something just fell out of a tree like really loudly out my window here, and I can't imagine what it would be. So they have it broken up. In fact, I have a copy here where I've done the dividers of what you're supposed to be working on each month, what's due. So I'm behind on this. And so this is going to be part of my Maynia Plans, but I'm going to show you where I'm at. I got the first 2 months totally done. And so I'm going to put this up here. I have it in this stand, this hoop stand thing. I'm going to tell you about it because someone asked me in my last video what I use. And I was using this in the bigger hoop for my Redbird sampler. And it was just so nice because I really like to do two-stranded, two-handed stitching. This is 1/2 on 32 count. And the words up here, these words were 1/1. So pretty much when it was time to work on those on Thursdays, I would just do one strand because one strand there and then I'd work on other areas. So I have 2 months totally done. At one point I did the letters over to a point where that's where I needed to be caught up to at the time. And I did that in Mexico and I'm not caught up, but this is going to be part of my Maynia Plans. I'm really hoping to get a lot of progress on this month. So that's my Sunnyside Sampler, which is my Thursday piece. The sal So it's what I have been focusing on. This month on my Thursdays, I'm going to try to get the Cross Stitch Studios piece caught up, or not caught up, but that page finished and start into page 2. There are some people who are totally caught up, and then there's others who are same as me or even further behind than me, so I don't feel so bad. But during the month of May, I will work more on the Cross Stitch Studio on Thursdays because I'm going to use my Sunnyside sampler in another way through my Maynia Plans. Okay, and then Saturday, my final... where did I just put that? My Friday piece is... Oh, wait, I think we skipped Thursday. I did Thursday. Oh, okay, Friday piece. So what has been my Friday piece? I started this. I was working on it down in Mexico, so I know you guys have seen it. So I'll show it to you here. But this is called Patchwork Crow. Sorry for the glare right there. Patchwork Crow. And pretty much working on this every Friday. I'm doing amazingly well. I just need to fill in this bird. The head's going to come up here. Here's the beak. I've got to do the bird's body and a big gray wing. So I just have 2 colors left, black and the gray for the wing, which is the same as the wing on these small birds. So this is going to be great. And part of me is thinking of keeping this for, because I have some things coming up. I have a quilt retreat, and I'm going to be doing some flying. This would be great fill-in for me to do on a plane. This is on Grace Notes Fabrics Philippe. It's a 14 count Aida, but it's a little smaller because it's been washed and all, but it feels so yummy. This is the 3rd piece I've done on this fat quarter. I have another fat quarter, and I'm going to be like saving it for something really special that I want to put in it. So other than the black and the gray, I actually do have some little square knots I need to put in the center of the flowers. I did not do called for threads. I did called for DMC equivalent, except in these flowers, this outside orange was a bright orange, like carrot orange, and it did not match. So I just went and found more of an autumn orange and put it in there instead. So anyway, super excited about that. That's my Friday piece. I'm making progress on that. I will continue to work on that as a Friday piece. So during the month of May, I am working on, I actually have another piece I'm going to work on. Well, it would be a fall piece. It's a fall piece. It's the next I would work on when this is finished. But for the month of May, I'm going to work on it on Saturdays because I'm going to change some things. But I'm working on the November trucking. And all I have done on that, you can see, is just the very bottom, these pumpkins, and I'm actually coming up to that turkey, part of the turkey on the right hand side. So this needs lots of work. I think at one point I was just trying to get a lot of things started, so I'd get like 200 stitches in it, and then that was it. So this will become a Saturday piece now. So this will have progress in the next month, because my regular Saturday piece, which I'm going to show you next, is going to become part of my Maynia Plans. So here's my next piece I am working on, and I'm really excited about it because this is called United We Stand. It's by Teresa Kogut. We're doing this as a group of friends of us. There's 4 of us. I know 2 of us have started. It's supposed to be for Tanya's birthday, but I don't think she's even started yet. So my friend Debbie started at the bottom. Sorry, having that roll down on you. She started at the bottom and has done like the full dresses coming up, which is really amazing. And I started at the top with all these colors. So my Maynia Plans, I'm going to talk about it right here because this is normally my Saturday stitch, but for Maynia, for the month of May, I'm going to do 1 strand a day on the fill-in of these dresses because it is so much fill-in. So I've already done my strand today. which let me come down underneath her arm and fill into the side of the heart. So I was really happy with what I got done in one strand. So I took a picture, and at the end of May, I'll do another video and show before and after, and I think you guys are gonna be amazed. I'm gonna be amazed. So instead of it being a Saturday piece, it is going to be one strand every day. That's my plans for this, for Maynia. And I do anticipate getting quite a bit done, but that'll be fun to just see the progress on that. Okay, so, and that's on, this is on a 32 count lamb's wool fabric. Okay, now, I had a bunch of starts. I'm not gonna show you the starts, I already mentioned that. So right now I'm gonna go through the things I have finished, other things I have finished. So that same shop that I'm doing the Big City Christmas through, which is Pine Needles in West Jordan, Utah, who have their Flosstube channel, Table Talk. They are also doing, and Sandra's designing these, a For the Bowl series. Now the first one was February, and it came out after I already went to Mexico, so I couldn't get February's. I have it and I will get it stitched. But here's the March bowl. And you guys, I did get this done because like I said, if it's sewn, I can sew it. So this was the March bowl, super cute. And I'll try to show you these up close. Here's this little girl with the pot of gold. I love the red hair, so adorable. And I think she's kind of going with like a postage stamp, like what a postcard would look like, because here you can see 3 cents on there, and it's on some of the other ones as well. And then there's a roll. So here's the March roll. Absolutely adorable. And they have matching fabric on the back. So that was the March. And then for the April, let me get it put in here so I can show you guys again. So fun, so fun. Am I missing a piece? No, I guess not. This is the April For the Bowl. Now we had the option of choosing if we wanted a white bowl or a brown bowl, and I did the brown bowl. So this was the April, and so I've been able to have this out, and that was super fun. So I'll show you the close-up of these. So you see the 4 cents on there. The first one was 3 cents, so must be inflation because this is 4 cents. So here's 4 cents, super cute. And here's the roll, April, so adorable, so adorable. And the eggs, they gave us a pattern for eggs. These are the small eggs. They had 3 different sizes, just stuff. You can use any fabric. They provide everything. The kit, they provide all the ribbon. They provide everything to stitch on. So it's fantastic. For May, I don't have the picture here for May, but I have my stitching done. I will probably try to get these finished today or tomorrow. But here is the pillow. So now we've gone up to 5 cents. That's the pillow. This is the roll. It'll be a skinnier roll versus the longer roll. So there's the roll. And then they included this really cute heart or rose. So it'll be fun to get all these finished and in my bowl for this month for May. So I'm really excited for that. So that's my May for the bowl. So I have to go by the shop. I mean, they usually try to get the pattern out about 2 to 3 weeks before the next month. So I'm sure they'll be releasing June's in the next week or so, but I'm really excited about that. Very creative, Sandra. You've done an amazing job. You've just knocked it out of the park. So, okay. So I finished the March for the bowl. And then, so now here's the other finishes I want to show you guys. I showed you in my last video in Mexico, everything I did on New Year's Eve for the 12 by 12, okay? I picked things that would be for different holidays, the first half of the year, things I wanted to work on. And I want to show you. Now, 2 of them, the first 2 I did, I didn't bring here to show you today, but I had done Santa Baby and Oh Dear, which are fat quarter shop pieces that match this. They're on the same blue that the Mrs. Claus was on. And so I have made immense progress on those, if you guys saw. So what I did for March, I've always done, the last couple years, I've done my own form of March Madness. So one year I picked just 8 projects and I worked on each one for 8 days. But instead of putting anything on Instagram, having people vote, whatnot, I didn't care. I just worked on it again for another 8 days and could even do it for a third set of 8 days. And anyway, by the end of the month, I'd finished all 8 pieces. So I thought, well, why can't I do that with the 12 I just did for my 12 by 12? So that's what I did. I did 2 days on every piece. And what happened was I ended up pretty much finishing 10 of the 12 pieces. So here's top of the morning. Totally finished that one. Oh, let me get it up closer. Sorry, so you guys can actually see. So all of these 10 are from Priscilla and Chelsea. So I'm showing you that. So top of the morning I finished. The next one I finished was, and this was a bonus with top of the morning. This was a bonus. So I did not start this on 12 by 12, but when I started working on these again, I realized, oh, there's a bonus pattern on this and I better do it or I will forget. So this just says St. Patrick's Day. So super cute. So I did get that done. Then the fourth one for 12 by 12 was Shamrock Farm. Super cute. It was just fun to sit and work on these. So everything is Classic Colorworks, except for the white. The white is, I don't know if it's Weeks Dye Works. It's chalk. So it could be Weeks. The next one was Luck of the Irish. Got that one done. Just cute, cute. Okay, and then I went on and I did the bunny parade. So it was really nice. I mean, just spending 2 days, I'd have these finished. From what I started on New Year's Eve for an hour in each one, I was able to actually get all these finished. And plus that extra St. Patrick's Day, which was extra kind of thrown in. Okay, and then we got into some Valentine pieces. Here's Valentine Lane. So that's fun. And my last 2 pieces for the 12 by 12, I'm hoping to have done before this year's 12 by 12 because they're both Christmas pieces and I want to have them done. Here's Be My Valentine. These are all tier trade tidbits. Everything I've shown you so far are from Priscilla and Chelsea, tier trade tidbits. And then this one is You Hold the Key to My Heart. It's called Key to My Heart. Super fun. And another one, Follow Your Heart. Again, guys, these were so fun to do. So fun. It made me almost want to do, you know, my form of March Madness all over again because I got so much done. This is why I got 29,000 stitches in the month of March. So very sweet. This one's an actual Dapper Doodad. And then the last one I got from my 12 by 12 is the Strawberry Pickin'. So fun. So yes, got those done. And so that was just really great. For the month of March, I was getting things done. So while I was working on those, I actually found I wasn't working on my daily pieces, my day of the week pieces as much because I had my daily piece to work on and I was focusing on those. So my daily piece in March, I was working on this because I didn't get this till I got home from my trip. So I was starting it late, but I got it done. So here's March, month to month by Priscilla and Chelsea. And so, and then, yeah, I finished March, which was nice to get it finished, but I had not finished and gotten to the point where I had April month to month finished. So what I've been trying to do since I started these in August, I'm trying to get them done before the first day of the month that I need to have them done by. That wasn't the case with this. So here's April. I actually finished it like 2 to 3 days before the end of the month of April. So it hasn't been finished for very long. And then I have started May. So this is my daily piece now. This is my daily piece now. Obviously, I want it to be my daily piece because I want to focus on it and get it done. But here's all I've gotten done so far on the May, month to month. So it's May 1st and I'm behind, but this will be my daily piece. I'll work on this every day in different varying amounts. And so I'll get stuff done. I'm not worried about it. I'll get it done. And I think I just got June. What I do love about this is it has Priscilla's new colors. Her Priscilla, the pink one, this green is gorgeous, the yellow. So it's the new Classic Colorworks colors they did. Probably in conjunction with Priscilla. She's so amazing. So there's that. The other two finishes I have that I want to show you is, I got this last year at Stitch West. So one of the designers, one was Teresa Coca and the other one was Jordan from Little Stitch Girl. And this is what she had given to us. Now, first, she gave us the pattern where we can stitch the hoop. We can stitch all this, you know, we can stitch it, the needle and stuff, but she had it where you can actually put it in a hoop, and I thought, how cute. And there were some extra pieces you could do and a scissor fob as well. So I started this while I was down there. I'm glad I had taken a little piece with me, but I did just finish this and I have decided I'm going to go ahead and put it in a hoop. So I have put a needle in here and it is sewn in. It's as if it was leading that thread right there. So this is done. And I just got to go get the right size hoop, the hoop for finishing, because I don't have any of those, you know, here at my house. So I'll need to get the hoop for finishing. The difference is they used pink flowers and I did purple. And all of my flowers are actually silks from M&M's, Almond M&M's, Ymir. I mean, she's so amazing. She stitches the tiniest things. But she was at Stitch West selling some of her flosses. And since I got this piece there, I thought, oh, it'd be fun to use something I got here. And so this was the first time I had used silks, actually, was Ymir's silks, Almond M&M's. And super nice. And I'm so glad I got that finished and stitched up. That'll be fun to get actually framed and get done. The other finish I have to show you, and it's not a complete, fully finished, but it's really close. In my last video, I was showing you, this was the very first start I did of the year out of a magazine. I started it on the day I was flying to Mexico. It is going to be a Biscornu, pincushion Biscornu. It is called Bright Ideas and it's out of a magazine. I think it's just Cross Stitch magazine. It might have been the December issue. And so I started this on my son-in-law's birthday. He was the first birthday of the year. And basically, I just need to go get another piece and do the outline for the backing, and then I can put that together. I can sew that together by hand. So it's finished, and you'll put a big button in the middle. I don't have a picture of the finished. Actually, it might have been in the Cross Stitcher magazine. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could have sworn I was looking at it online on my iPad when I was making it. So I think it's the Cross Stitcher magazine. The digital magazine that I have a subscription to. So here's my plans. This is funny. I have a needle and I have no idea what it goes to. I bet it goes to this. Nope. All right, I'll figure out where that belongs later because I have no idea where that is, where that goes to. So here's my Maynia Plans. Those are all my finishes. I have literally shown you guys 29 finishes. And I'm not sure if I counted the May for the bowl at that, so it might have been 30. I'm not sure, somewhere in there. But those are all the finishes I've had. I've had tons of starts, and I'll save that for another video. Things I've started on birthdays and holidays and so forth. But I will tell you what I'm doing for my Maynia Plans. So I already mentioned that I am doing 1 strand a day on my United We Stand. So I can fill in those dresses and not feel like it's a chore, because that's a lot of stitching in those dresses because it's just full coverage, solid fill in of the same colors. That is going to be my daily. That's what I'm going to do daily. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I am working on, I'm on part of Teresa Koga's Patreon page. I'm a level 4, and she is doing this mystery sal. So this is just the second part out. So I started this on a grandson's birthday last month, and I've only gotten, well, I have it in a hoop, so you're going to see it in a hoop at the moment. But this is where I'm at on this. I've just started those flowers coming down the side. So I had done 3 when I started it, and this morning I've worked on 2, and I'm starting the last one, the 6th one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some rotations between this project. I'm going to do 2 days on this project. This is my Maynia Plans. And I should say, the reason I'm not doing the Maynia I've done in the past, which I've not shared with you guys because I haven't had a channel that long, I started Maynia in 2018, and I have finished, I think, 13 of those, of the 33 I started. And I want to pull those out, but things have been packed up into boxes. So I used to have stuff in a cabinet, and then I had to take everything out of this cabinet to put some DVDs in there for my husband. And when I did that, I put stuff into boxes, and I'm not going to be able to pull them out and work on them the days that I started them in 2019. So I will do a true Maynia in August. I am planning on doing it in August, where I will do them on the days. I should have room for 13 new starts, which would be great. I might do that, or I might fill in some of these other starts I've done this year for those empty days. But I just cannot do Maynia the way that most people are doing it. And I know everyone can pick the way that is good for them. Right now, this is what's going to have to work for me. I do want to do Maynia because I want to touch those pieces. I just can't because of the way things are packed up and getting carpet and other things going on right now. So my Maynia plans are 1 strand a day on United We Stand. I'm going to do 2 days of Simple Life by Teresa Koga. And I want to show you guys, I made a really cute bag with Teresa Koga fabric. So this is what I keep this project in, is in this bag. So that's kind of fun. So yes, I'm going to work on that for 2 days. And then in the rotation, after that, I'm going to work on my Sunnyside sampler for 3 days. 3 days. So 2 days, 3 days. And then after that, I'll do 2 days on my Big City Christmas, because these are all things I've got to get caught up on. I'm hoping I won't get caught up on this, working on it just, 2 days. I mean, I'm going to have quite a few days. I'll have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll have like 7 or 8 days of working on this, kind of focusing on it. So that'll be good. But I won't get caught up. I have 3 more patterns, and I don't know if I'll get them all finished, but at least it'll be getting some more attention. So 2 days on the Teresa Koga Simple Life, her mystery sal. 3 days on Sunnyside Sampler, so I can try to get caught up on this. This is the one I want to focus on the very most. That's why I'm giving it 3 days. And then I'll do 2 days on my Big City Christmas. And then I'll just repeat that throughout the whole month. So I kind of had gone through all my whips and thought, what are the 4, like, let me pick 4 that I really want to make. I want to see some noticeable progress. And that's how I figured that out. Instead of spending days on United We Stand, it was easier to break that up with just a thread a day, and that'll make it easier. But now I will have these other 3 that I will focus 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, and then repeat throughout the month. And I'll get through it 3 times and part again, even a little bit more then. So the other plans I had is for this month, I started a new start this morning. It's just a little simple one. This is called, it's by Lizzie Kate, Why Yes, I Can Drive a Stick. And this fabric is called Desert Sand, 32 count Desert Sand. And I just did a quick start this morning. I like to have new starts on the 1st of every month. So this was a small piece, that I thought, oh, I can just start this really quick. So that was my new start for today. I do have a new start planned for Mother's Day, and I'm going to show that to you. Many of you have seen this before, by Barbara Anna Designs, All Creatures Great and Small. I've seen several people working on this and I love it. So I got this at my local needlework shop, and they had kits of everything already packaged. So this is going to be on a Country Mocha Aida. It's a 20 count Aida. This was stitched on a 40 count, which there's no way in my wildest dreams I think I could do that. But this is a 20 count, so it's going to be the same size, and I can see this no problem, a 20 count Aida. So I'm excited about it. I just don't know if in this area these are fractional stitches, and that could be an issue. They had a thread pack and everything, so I have everything I need to do this. It's all anchor. It's all anchor, which I thought was interesting. There are DMC alternatives, but they did all anchor floss. So that's going to be exciting. So I'm planning on starting that on Mother's Day. And the only other holiday this month, it's the first month this year I've not had any birthdays in my family. And so I won't be starting anything, you know, for birthdays. But there is my new start for the first of the month. There's Mother's Day. And then there's Memorial Day. So I might do something on Memorial Day. It'll be something really small. And I'll share that with you when I decide what that is. So, I will have a birthday at some point in May because I'm expecting a new granddaughter any day now. So we thought for sure she would come the end of April, but here we are May 1st and she hasn't arrived yet. So that means we will have a May birthday, which is going to be great. So I will not spend so much time away from you guys again. I promise. I'm super excited to have my stitchy bug back, to have a lot of things. I've had things going on. I had a quilt retreat with my friends and I got tons of sewing done. So I'm going to do a different video about quilting, a whole series of videos of things I've done for quilting stuff. And then I was out of town, went back. We had kind of a mini family reunion where I had 9 of my 15 siblings together at one time, which was amazing. I don't know the last time we had so many together. I've been in groups where we've had 4 or 5 of us, but never 9. And there would have been 10, but her flight got canceled. So that was really sad because otherwise we would have had 10 out of 15 living siblings. So anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for being patient, waiting. Sorry this video is so long. Super appreciate your subscriptions to my channel. Please like, subscribe, share with others. I'm super excited to get back on the Flosstube bandwagon. So I've missed it very much. See you later.